Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm the Gerbil. I want to talk about the community update and some hidden costs that I don't see anybody else talking about, and the penultimate reason that I don't like the update. Now, there's been a lot of discussion ad nauseum about a lot of different aspects of it, but there's something really important that I think we should all be aware of next time you consider contributing, buying something, or whether or not, you like the update or whatever. And I want to start that conversation by talking about Apple. Why Apple? I actually, believe it or not, I used to work for Apple, and it was a part-time gig way back right out of college. I worked at one of the very first Apple stores in America. And I went through the whole training thing. I was pretty much an Apple zealot already at the time. And I went through the whole training orientation. I got out on the sales force, and it occurred to me that on that sales floor, they never talked to me about how to close a sale. Like, I don't mean check out and pay for it. I mean how to solicit and close the sale. And so I asked one of my lead managers one night, I said, hey, the orientation didn't talk to me about how to convince people to buy the Mac, or at the time they didn't have iPhones, the iPod and other stuff. And he said, yeah, because we don't do that. And I was like, well, what do you mean? It's a store. And he said, well, we believe that when you make a quality product, it will sell itself. We don't need to sell you the product. If you like the product, and if it does something you want, if it fulfills a need in your life, and it does it well, and is well built, etc., it will sell itself. We at the store are here to answer your questions, to listen to your needs, and to help you find solutions that will match your needs. And if that honestly means sending you across the hall to the Microsoft store, which didn't exist yet, that's what they would do. Like, seriously, I remember telling people in the store, I love this Mac, but it's not the right solution for you. At that time, you probably need to go get a Windows PC. And that was what our management at the Apple Store wanted. And it's worth noting that since then, Apple has become one of the world's most successful companies. Now, that brings us to the update, the community update. This community update does absolutely nothing to develop a product that sells itself. In fact, it does quite the opposite. I'm not going to talk about the fact that, the galactic challenges all scream in your face every single time now that if you are pay to play, you cannot compete at the same level as a pay player. And I am probably a whale, right? So if you are free to play, you will not get 2 of these 4 rewards. And because you will not get 2 of those 4 rewards in the episode track, you are going to progress much slower. And then in addition, you are not going to get the entire upper track here, which includes the Relic 8 laptops. It includes complete Chirotech pieces. That is 100 Chirotech. That's 50 salvage shock prods, 50 salvage computers. It includes extra Omicrons, Zimbidals, more laptops, etc. You will not be able to compete, despite the fact that your crystal payout is based on your position in galactic challenges, which is person-to-person competing. So they did not create something that sells itself. They create something that literally screams in your face, buy, 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 buy. That does not work in the long run. I had a job also before Apple. I was working at Circuit City. I did it for about a month and I hated it. It was commission-based sales. And before that, I worked at Sears. It was commission-based sales. Guess what? Neither of those companies are in business anymore. Really poor management and flawed approaches to sales did not lead to higher net income for those companies. So Capital Games is pushing an in-your-face, free-to-play losers approach, and it will not work for them. And that makes me worry a lot about the longevity of this game. Some other problems that I don't really hear anybody talking about, and I want to get to this one here, opportunity cost. If you don't know what opportunity cost is, this is my number one reason for greatly disliking this update, and I will get to that in just a second. But I want to talk about the necessity now for budgeting and delayed gratification. So when this dropped, one of the rationales for changing the payout structure to the Galactic Challenges, CG said in the community update, was that a lot of people were annoyed that you would go into the Galactic Challenge day one, complete all the feats, and you'd have to wait 3 days to get your rewards. And when I read that, I thought, yes, that's absolutely true. I'm so excited to get instantaneous rewards. But no, we don't get instantaneous rewards. What we get are episode credit or points. We get episode points. The episode points then take you to the episode track, where eventually, time delay, when you accumulate enough episode points, you unlock various tiers of rewards. So instead of waiting 3 days for 2 Omicrons, now what you actually have to do is probably for a lot of people wait 2 weeks for your first Omicron. Seriously, instead of 3 days, you're gonna wait 2 weeks? Wow, like that's absolute misrepresentation. But yes, Gerbil, I know you can go over to the store, and in that store, you can of course buy, oops, wrong store, too many stores. You can go to shipments, and you can go to the episode shipments, and you can buy your Omicrons there. Yes, that is true. But that brings us to the next problem, budgeting. If you are free to play, you don't have the episode pass, you don't have high star marquee characters, then your episode points for the episode track are going to progress very slowly, which means that when you get these, you may not have a lot, or when you get a lump sum payout, you may be excited, and you may scroll down and start buying stuff that you need, whether it's character shards or relic materials or attenuators, and before you know it, you have inadvertently overspent. And by overspending, when week 3 and week 4 rolls around of this era, you may not have enough credit to buy those Omicrons, at which point you are guaranteed less Omicron payouts than the previous system. So budgeting is now a concern. You need to leave this number in here. I don't know about how much, because I haven't done that math, but you're gonna have to leave a pool of episode shipment credit so that you can buy stuff in week 3 and week 4, which is further complicated by the fact that once you buy it, you don't know how much they are. Like right here, I don't know what I paid. Actually, I do, because I made a cool infograph. But I don't know how much a lot of this stuff costs unless I go look it up. So if you're trying to budget and you are free to play and you have limited income, you better watch out. You better do some math. And that adds complexity to the game. Complexity plus perpetual reminders that you're not paying, therefore not worthy, and yet you still need to go compete against other players who are paying. And then misrepresentation of time delay gratification. Those are upsetting. But the number one reason, now, I said I'd come back to this. The number one reason that I do not like this update is what is called opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost, you ask? Opportunity cost is the cost associated with, or rather the lost opportunity, the lost income, the lost revenue, the lost goodwill that occurs when you pursue option A rather than option B, or option 1 instead of option 2. What I mean by this is every company, every individual, every person alive, we all have limited time, limited resources. We have to choose where to most effectively spend our money, our capital, our time, our energy, right? And what Capital Games decided to do was invest their time in developing an era broken down by 3 episodes, each episode broken into 2 marquees. Yeah, already complex. Then building into each era or each episode, an episode track tied to new in-app purchases, then shuffling reward structures from both arena rewards and Galactic Challenge rewards, and overcomplicating quests, and then locking them behind paywalls. Now, my Hu Yang is at 7 stars, but 95% of the player base will not be able to get these, despite saying you can, right? There's a little teeny tiny text thing that says, sorry, you can't get it. The joke is, If you're familiar with Murphy's laws, what the large print giveth, the small print taketh away. CG is effectively employing that by giving you large print, highlighting, glowing buttons that say claim reward with tiny text over it that says, not available until you have 295 shards. Not available until you have 315 shards. And it's just like, that's pathetic. So what they did, the opportunity cost of giving us that is huge, folks. The opportunity cost is huge. Instead of investing all that time into this whole new system that nobody really wanted, whether it is good or bad in the long run, I think that the system will be good in the long run because I think it will be revised more. But it was a horrible release. What they could have done is fixed the catastrophic state of Fleet Arena. This is a disaster. Mirror matches between levies is a disaster. Brought on by a overpowered ship, the Punishing One, that 95% of the world's self-proclaimed Star Wars fans have never even heard of. Yes, I know you probably have. You've played this game. But if you're just a casual player, if you're a free-to-play player, even if you're a whale player like me, I had never heard of this ship, and I know a lot about Star Wars. I mean, I know a lot. I don't have a clue about this ship, and I don't care about it. What I care about is all the stuff we have, a lot of stuff we haven't got, and a rejuvenation of things we have got. Oh, how I would love to be able to come in here and take some of these older characters and continue to elevate them like they did with, you know, Nisa and Dash Rendar and a bunch of others who lifted, or Captain Rex who lifted Phoenix. There are so many really, really awesome characters in here. Like, really, in lore, Wedge and Biggs and Lando, and they're just worthless in the game. That's okay. I'm off topic. Or here's another opportunity cost that is downright asinine. Hu Yang. I'm working on his mods, and I'm not sure I want to change up what I got. Oh, it's not loading. Okay, I've lost connection there. So as I was going to update my mod loadouts, boom, this happened. You've reached the maximum number of loadouts. This is an opportunity cost. CG could have increased the number of loadouts from 200, which is woefully inadequate. There's over 250 characters alone in the game. You cannot even have a single loadout for every character in the game, despite the fact that loadouts are there so that you can change your mods based on different events. Whether you're going into a raid, a territory war, a territory battle, GAC, maybe you need to mix it up because of datacrons. Like a Seer Junda squad, strip away all the speed on the entire team, and you give them currently the level 6, I can do math, the level 6 unaligned force user datacron that gives them 2 turns of damage immunity. You throw that into GAC, they are so slow the entire team takes a crap load of turns. Finally, when you take a turn, Seer June's Omicron kicks in, and before you know it, boom, you have an insane amount of bonus offense and everything because of that datacron. I'm pretty sure that's the way, or Omicron, pretty sure that's the way it works. But that means you got to shuffle your mods around, and you can't shuffle your mods around when you can't even have enough mod loadouts for the characters you already have. That's an opportunity cost. Other opportunity costs include everything from maintaining a 9-year-old Cantina presence. The Cantina, which of course I cannot load now at all. That sucks. The Cantina, I cannot, I mean, it is just annoying as all heck to me how the Cantina has not been updated in 9 years, other than adding the Grand Arena table, adding, you know, a shortcut to Fleet Arena. There are just a lot of things there that could be done. But mod loadouts, or how about system-wide loadouts, so that before an event, like in a raid, before a raid where you do go in and remod everybody, you can take a snapshot of your entire account, shuffle up the mods however you need, put them on everybody all over the place, wherever you want them to go, and then you could, poof, restore to that snapshot. That would have been an amazing quality of life improvement. That would have made the game a better product that would sell itself. like the Apple sales approach. Let the product sell itself. Make the game good, and people will open their wallets already for you. The Capital Games, if you're listening, just make the game good. Make it enjoyable. Make it a place people want to go in. Nobody wants to go in to Conquest and grind 15 battles with this squad, 15 with that squad, and then get 50 of these. That is not fun. It is forced engagement, not fun engagement. And when fun things happen, when people are having fun, we say, dude, I want to do more of that. I'm going to buy some more of this crap, right? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And just one more opportunity cost before I let you all go, folks. This is one I've been dying for, and I know a lot of you have. I want to upgrade one of these mods, or Datacrons, but I can't remember which one it is. Is it this one? And the answer is no. I don't know. But unfortunately, I have to exit out, back and forth, exit, go in, go exit, until I find it. Why can we not just arrow through them or swipe across to go from one to the next until you find the one you want? Or why can't we name these so that when I have multiples of the same, like I have 2 Dengar mods right here, why can't I name this right here instead of just seeing level 9? Why can't, it's got 3 dots. Of course it's level 9. The character's highlighted. Why can't I type a name for this and put Bosk? This is for my boss squad. Or this is for my Phoenix squad. Or like this is for my Riva, right? Or whatever, right? Or UFU instead of Mara Jade. Maybe I want that with a Seer squad or something, right? I mean, like, I've got... That's an opportunity cost, folks. At the expense of receiving all of this era stuff, we did not receive a lot of things we've been screaming and asking for years. And that even includes the promised sims that they said were coming. Now, maybe those sims are indeed coming, but they said we'd be able to sim more stuff. And again, I've lost the internet. This is what I love about playing SWGOH from China. Oh, there we go. It's just incredibly slow. But we did not get the sims on all the events that we were promised. I mean, this is an Omega challenge. They're simmable forever. But before releasing all this other era crap, they should have focused on something that will make you happy. And then gradually change things or mix it up however you need. But the quality of life comes first, because that is what maintains loyalty. Quality of life maintains loyalty. Quality of life, fun times encourage spending. Not being reminded that you're poor, or not being reminded that you can't keep up because you're not willing to spend money, right? Whether you're poor or you're frugal or you just refuse to spend or you just don't want to spend or whatever the reason is. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You shouldn't be reminded that you are going to fall further and further and further behind, because that only is going to incentivize a lot of people to quit spending. And I'm reducing my spending, and I know a lot of other people are too. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed this. It was not intended to be a rant. It was intended to explain why I don't like this update, and kind of as an open statement to Capital Games on, I think, why you need to revise your business model, folks. All right, thanks again. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.